Alrighty, let's try another one together. So on your whiteboard, make sure you draw a box that has two boxes stacked on top of each other because we're doing a two-digit number times a two-digit number. Make sure that you also leave enough space that you have room to be able to add up your numbers afterwards. Alrighty, let's start with our first number and let's break it apart into expanded form. So we have 30. The 3 is worth 30, and the 0 is worth 0. Next, we're going to take our 94 and put it along the side. 9 is worth 90, and the 4 is worth 4. Then, let's get ready to trace with our fingers where our numbers are going to go. Remember, area is length times width. So we're just going to take our numbers down and over. That's how I like to think of it. So let's start with our 30, point at the 30, and let's bring it on down. So a 30 will go in this box. Bring it on down. A 30 will also go down in this box. Then let's jump over to our 0. 0 will go down into this box. 0 will also go down into this box. Now let's jump over to our side number. Our 90, put your finger on the 90, and let's trace where it goes. So it goes over, and it will go over. Then let's go down to our 4. Our 4 will go over, and it will go over. And we know we are going to multiply for all of these numbers. Now secretly, I love it when there's a 0 in the ones place, and you're going to see why, because it makes your job a little bit easier. So let's start off in our first place value right here, first box. So remember, ignore those zeros and then add them back on afterwards. So we have 9 times 3, which would be 27. And then we add on our 2 zeros. Next, we'll move over to this box, 90 times 0. Well, friends, anything times 0 is, it's 0. So that's what makes it so nice and easy. Then let's go down to this box. We have 30 times 4. So we'll do 3 times 4 is 12. Add on your 0, makes it 120. Then in our next box, 0 times 4. Oh, anything times 0 is... it's 0. What operation should we do next with these numbers? Yes, let's add them together. Making sure we write big enough that we can read our own handwriting. Alrighty, and friends, if you really wanted to, do we need to bring these zeros over to add them? No, because they have no value. We don't have to have these zeros here to be able to add it. Some students choose to not even bring them over, and that is okay. If it confuses you, just bring them over anyways. Then let's add this. So we have all these zeros will give us a 0. 2 plus 0 is 2. So 1 plus 7 is 8. And 2 plus nothing is 2, giving you a grand total of 2,820. Good job, friends. Let's erase your board and let's try another one together. Alrighty, for this next one, we're going to do 81 times 47. Remember, first thing you're always going to do is to draw that box that has two boxes stacked on top of each other, or I like to call it a window, because to me it looks like a window that you would draw in a picture. Then we're going to take our numbers and put them in what form? Expanded form. So we have 81, that is 8 plus 1. Then we have 47. That would be 40 plus 7. And we're going to write that one on the side. Make sure you only have one of those numbers next to one of those boxes so you can stay nice and organized. Then We know we're going to multiply by bringing our numbers down and over. Remember, so that you don't get mixed up about which box the numbers go into, trace with your fingers. So I'm going to start with this one, and I'm going to trace going straight down. Oh, so I need an 80 in that box, and I also need an 80 in this box. We're going to do the same thing with the 1. We're going to start out our 1 and trace our fingers down. So a 1 will go in this box, and a 1 will go in this box. Then we'll jump over to our side number because we have nothing to multiply with yet. So jump on over to our 40. Let's trace where our 40 goes. Take it on over. 40 and 40. All right, let's go down to our 7. We have, trace it, 7 and 7. And we know that we are going to multiply these numbers together. I like to always start in this first box and work my way around. You figure out what works best for you, just anything to help you stay organized. So first box, we have 80 times 40. So we will go 8 times 4 is 32. Then we'll add on our 2 zeros, making it 3,200. 1 times 40, well friends, anything times 1 is going to be itself, right? So that would be 40. But you could still think of it as 1 times 4 and then add on your 0. It'll give you the exact same answer. Next one, we have 80 times 7. So 8 times 7 is 56. Then let's add on a 0, making it 560. Then in our last box, 1 times 7, well, anything times 1 is going to be itself, so that would be a 7. Then let's add up our place values. Make sure you write big enough and that you line up your place values. So I'm going to start off with my number that is the biggest, and then add up all the other numbers. Sometimes, see, I would sometimes put my 560 and swap these two where they're at so I can see that these are in the same place value. But if you don't need to do that, don't worry about it. Alrighty, let's go ahead and add these together. So 7 plus all these zeros is 7. 6 plus 4 is 10. So I have to carry my 1, bring down my 0. 5 plus 2 is 7, plus 1 more gives us 8. 3 plus nothing is 3, giving us a total of 3,807. Good job, friends!